Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Merlin. Last time on Merlin, we had Lamia, the most boring, god-awful episode of Merlin that I have ever had the displeasure to watch. This time, hopefully, we are going to be watching something a lot better. I guess that's pretty much all we can say. You know the drill on how to find the episode. Head down in the description or to the pinned comment. Click on the link. That's how you can watch the reaction. When you're done with that, you pop right back over here and watch the discussion, because that's always important to do. And we might as well not waste any more time. Let's get right into this episode of Merlin. Here we go. So, is it a two-parter, or is Gwen just off the show for a little while? I don't know, because I think that's it for Lancelot. I think he's done, honestly. I think Morgana's last request was that he died. And, his body, whatever body it is on fire. And no one knows about the bracelet. You know, the entire time I was sitting here thinking, okay, well, it'll all be okay, it'll all be resolved by the end of the episode. No. Season 4, man, Season 4. They don't want things to be resolved by the end of the episode sometimes. Like with episode 3. We look back at episode 3. That one literally just ended with Uther's death and the rise of King Arthur. And in that episode, Morgana won. And in this episode, Morgana won. Morgana won again. You know, and for how much Morgana technically has failed, like, with the, just in this season, the number of times her plans have failed, she is really winning the big ones. She got Uther killed. And she got Gwen banished. Just, oh my gosh. Like, man, when Morgana wins, she wins. Oh, God. Oh, my God. I think that's it for Lancelot. I don't think he's coming back. Even if next episode is part 2 of this, I don't think he's coming back. And hell, I don't know if or when Gwen is coming back, you know? Like, I assume Gwen is going to come back at some point. Like, I don't think, in the middle of the season, the actress is going to leave and, well, that's it. No more Guinevere and, well, the Arthurian legend is broken. I don't think so, but maybe this will last for a little while, you know? This might actually, last for a little while. Like, either next episode is part 2 and we get Gwen back and everything is, all good, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's something they'll save for the finale. There's 4 episodes left of the season. There's 4 episodes left of the season. Maybe Gwen might not come back, or like she might not come back till the end of the season. Who knows? Man, when Morgana wins, Morgana wins. Jeez. And after we were finally going to get Queen Guinevere, after 4 seasons. Nope. They came in and fucked it up. And there's no way, like... There's no way to... Because I was kind of thinking, okay... There was a part of me that was kind of thinking, like, man, wouldn't this be so much more powerful if, you know, Gwen actually did do that, like, of her own free will, like she didn't do it with the bracelet. But this could still create a very interesting character arc for her and Arthur. You know, if the two of them do have to redevelop a relationship, you know? Now, granted, he said that he can never trust her again. But... He said he can never trust her again, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It would be an interesting... It could be an interesting character arc for them, you know? But I mean, she's gone. She's just leaving. And no one knows about the bracelets. Because that's the thing is, you know, if any of them had brought up that she was enchanted, then there you go. Problem solved. But no one knows that. No one knows that she was enchanted, so... Even she doesn't know. She doesn't know she was enchanted. You know, even for her, she thinks she did it. She thinks she did it. Which may still bring about that interesting character arc, you know? You know, I gotta say, good on this show for making things a little, you know, maybe, you know, not quite so happy-go-lucky, because this show, you would be forgiven for thinking that this show is aimed more at kids. I honestly think it is. Maybe, like... I don't know. I don't know, like, what age range specifically I would put this show for. But especially, like, towards the beginning, you could say, like, okay, well, this one is made for, you know, maybe, like, young teenagers, you know? Like, you could probably, like, put this show for young teenagers. But man, I have to give them props for sometimes, things don't end the way they should. We can't just stick to the status quo, Uther died. Lancelot died in episode 2, And Gwen is banished. Even if there are silver linings, okay, Lancelot laid down his life for Camelot. Uther died, but then Arthur became the king. And I'm sure there's a silver lining somewhere with Gwen. We don't see it yet. But even then, it's still pretty again, for a show that I would probably aim at maybe young teenagers, this is some pretty, I guess mature stuff, sometimes things don't work out. I like that this show is doing that, which you could also say, if this show, let's say this show from the beginning, and okay, the reason I say young teenagers is because I would probably put this show with the same demographic that you would put the Sarah Jane Adventures. Probably. I'd say it's about the same demographic. At least the same target demographic. Obviously, I'm sure, kids younger or older can easily watch this. Hell, I'm 22 and I'm watching this show, so... And, I'm 22, I'm watching the show, I'm enjoying the hell out of it, sans the last episode we watched. Which makes that last episode all the more confusing as to how the fuck that happened, but whatever. So, okay, let's say at the beginning you get the target demographic of young teenagers, I would say. Let's say if we give an age range, in numbers, I would probably say ages 10 to 15. Let's say that for what I would say would be the target demographic of this show. This is season 4 now, so at the latest, let's say, someone was 15 when they started watching this show, then, by season 4, they would be about 18 or 19, And if someone was 10 when they started watching the show, by season 4, they'd be 13 or 14. So, perhaps, I would honestly say, because this is stuff that's happening in the later seasons, I would honestly say that the show has taken into account who they started with and are now aging the show with its viewers. I feel like that's really happened over this season and a bit of the last season as well. Is that the show is sort of growing up with its audience, Which is very interesting to watch, actually, To watch, we went from this show that was kind of goofy and, kind of silly and fun, but still a really good show in season 1, to move up into where we are now. Mind you, this still can be a goofy, fun show, but also a show where, hey, something bad will happen and it sticks. It sticks. This is sticking for a bit. Lancelot stuck. Uther's death stuck. This looks like it's going to be sticking. Everything, bad things are sticking in this show now. If I was a kid, let's say I was, at this point, let's say the youngest I would be in the original target demographic, so I would have been about 13. And I watched this show, and I watched this episode, what a bummer! It's a bummer now, and I'm 22. Think if I was, 9 years younger, and I watched this, what a bummer! After so much with Arthur and Gwen's relationship, for it to be torn down in one episode, and by Lancelot, no less. by Lancelot, who probably also would have been one of my favorite characters, you know? Who is one of my favorite characters, you know? He's a great guy. And then for it to just end. It just ends like, alright, come back next week and we'll see what we do next week. Like, what? It's like, wait. Now, granted, I guess technically, you know, anyone who watched this probably, you know, didn't pause on the title like I do and, you know, probably watch the next time trailer, you know, watch the trailer for next episode to see what they are doing next week. But I'm not doing that, so I have no idea. But, you know, let's say we don't resolve this. This isn't a part 2. You know, this is a part 1 of 1. This is just a, you know, an episode, but it has lasting consequences. What a downer. That's a serious downer especially because there's no hint that it will get better, you know? There's no hint that it'll get better, you know? There's nothing like, oh, like none of them are saying like, oh, well, you know, perhaps Gwen was enchanted or something like that, you know? You know, Merlin, our great hero Merlin, who immediately senses that there's something wrong with Lancelot, and then senses, you know, figures out that he's not, that, you know, he doesn't remember that Merlin has magic, and then figures out the necromancy, can't sense a thing when Gwen is wearing that, you know, that charm. Great job, Merlin. Great job not being able to sense that charm that's ruining everything. I'm out of Pepsi. Dang it. I've got water back here. Ooh ah. Alright. So, I'm like, the way, because everyone looks at Gwen with shame now. Merlin, Gaius, even though, you know, even though they still love her, they still, like, they look at her different now, you know? Merlin, Gaius, Arthur, everyone, even Elian, you know? Which I will say, as one criticism of the episode, is that I wish there was a talk between Gwen and Elian, you know? It's like, dude, your sister's being banished. Like, at least go talk to her, you know? So, that's the thing. This is kind of, you know, a bummer episode. But the more I'm going with it, the more I am liking this, you know? That there is lasting consequences. Even if, you know, next episode we do have... Even if next episode it is part 2 of this, it's still, like, this leaves you... This leaves you with, you know, just that sort of depressing feeling, you know? Our good girl is gone, you know? Even if we know that she was enchanted to do that, it's still bad, you know? It's still pretty bad. Man, oh man. And see, here's the thing. I don't think this is going to be a part 1. I don't. Mainly because Lancelot's gone. Now, they could try to work, if Merlin figures out that it was an enchantment, then maybe. Maybe that could be what leads into part 2. But Lancelot's gone. Legit gone. Whatever body he had is gone too. Morgana basically wanted him dead then, once the task was done. He died, and Merlin, you know, gave him a Viking funeral. So Lancelot is gone. And none of them know about the enchantment. Now, that said, the only other way I could see them doing a part 2, and I mean a direct continuation of the story, is if we just have a character arc with Gwen and Arthur. Hard to see that happening with her, banished from Camelot, but oh man. Let's hop into some of these notes real quick. Okay. The first thing I wrote down, Queen Guinevere. See, here's the thing. Okay. This is 4 seasons of waiting on Queen Guinevere. This is it. This is 4 seasons of waiting for Queen Guinevere to happen. And this is the writers. That's the writers twisting the knife. And then guess what? Lancelot's back. That's them twisting the knife some more. It's not good Lancelot. It's evil Lancelot. He works for Morgana. It's all oh, this thing's warm now. It is all, this episode is taking the Queen Guinevere knife that has been firmly in our bodies for 4 seasons and twisting it. And I know some of you don't care about Arthur and Guinevere, but I don't care. I care. So they're at least twisting the knife in my body. They're trying to twist the knife in yours, but it's not there. Unless I'm sure there's some of you that do ship them. It's not even, does it even count as a ship if it's canon? Does it count as a ship if it's canon? Well, you could say that about a lot of shows. You could say that about a lot of shows. People ship Aang and Katara. It's canon, though. But I guess this is different canon. This is not like, oh, well, it's only at the end of the show that it becomes canon. Like, no, this is canon in Arthurian legend. So, So, yeah. Finally, they were going to get married once and for all. And I mean, I'd have to be forced to stop saying bang on the side. I'd be forced to stop saying bang on the side. But still, you know what? No, that's better. They wouldn't be banging on the side. They'd be banging on the front. They could legitimately bang, finally. No. Now they can't even bang on the side. Oh, this episode. You can barely see me. What else did we have? Secrets. So, Morgana. I gotta say, at the very least, Morgana was smart about it. It wasn't just, well, we'll try to kill Gwen, because that's worked out before. No, she was gonna destroy Gwen. Alright, that's actually a solid plan, so. Oh yeah, we met the one, person of the old religion, the Davros-looking motherfucker. That was kind of cool. What's this whole thing about Morgana is destined to bring back the old ways? Albion, that is legitimate destiny. But then again, we've debated on this show before what is destiny and what is just them seeing a possible future, So, maybe they interpret a possible future as destiny, where Morgana does become, Queen of Camelot and bring back the old ways and meh. Yeah, Evil Lancelot. It's good. I'm glad that, how do you say his name? Damn it, I always forget. Where is it? There! Santiago... Is it Cabrera? I can't see. I can't friggin' see. Cabrera... No, that's... Is there an R in there and I can't see it? I think. Cabrera. Lancelot. Alright. What was I saying? Oh! It's good that he plays Evil Lancelot so cold. Because it's a constant reminder that this is not Lancelot. It's really just not. Even though, yes, technically I guess it's Lancelot's soul back from the spirit world. It's Lancelot's soul back from the spirit world, but still, it's different. He's different. So, I like that he's played so differently. So basically, yeah, Lancelot did die. The Lancelot we knew died when he entered the spirit world. So, that's at least something. He was a shade, which is necromancy, which is the most powerful of... I feel like Gaius has said, it's the most powerful and dangerous of all the magic. I feel like he said that like 8 times, but whatever. So... yeah. But that was cool. I like when, we just stepped into the, the spiral and they saw it. That was cool. Tournament. Okay, so have we had a tournament? Have we had a tournament this season? No. No, we haven't. No, we haven't had a tournament this season, I don't think. So, that was cool. I like that, actually. It was nice. We did get a tournament again. Every season of Merlin has to have one tournament, man. So, we got that at least. And, of course, I do like that it's actually... that was a tradition by Uther... where, following an engagement, you would have a tournament. So, that was cool. I did like that. The dungeon. I mean, first off, Arthur went ham on the two of them. Like, it was crazy how mad he got. Which, I mean, I get it. I don't know. I guess I didn't expect Arthur to ever react so violently, So, that was pretty crazy. He locked both of their asses in the dungeon. Like, damn. That was really cool. I mean, they have to know that... I guess there is one part of it where it's like you'd think they would know that something's wrong with Lancelot. Maybe that's not Lancelot because Lancelot would never do that. Granted, I guess they think Gwen would never do that either, but they gotta know Lancelot because Lancelot's a good. He is good. He's best boy. Lancelot is best boy, and he's a good boy. He wouldn't do something like that, but. The confrontation, man, it may be some of the best acting between the two of them, because she is just completely breaking down, and I like because Arthur, is so reserved. There's only one moment where, you know, he blows up, but it shows with that one moment where he kind of explodes on her. That one moment where he just kind of blows up and yells at her, you know, that shows that Arthur is holding so much in, you know? And just, you know, the look on his face and the sadness in his eyes, you know? It's like he is holding down every emotion under the sun, basically. And it's only for 1 second that he lets it out a bit. So. So that was great acting. And Gwen has been banished. Banished. In the times of Uther, she would have been executed, but nope, she's been banished. Which honestly makes the most sense as Arthur's response to that is banishing her. So. And then the last thing I wrote down is the death of Lancelot. So I think that's it. I don't think he's coming back next episode. I don't think next episode is necessarily going to be a part 2. I think that's it. That's our final send-off to Lancelot and I think next episode is going to be something new, and maybe the rest of the season is going to be, you know, sort of going to have this overarching story of, you know, Arthur and Guinevere, but I don't know that next episode is a part 2 of this, so yeah. That's basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Merlin reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.